Captain's log. Stardate Tuesday. Well, this has been an interesting few days. I'm finally captain of my own ship! And all that needed to happen was for my original captain to go bonkers, kill his first officer, and then for me to stab him in the back and take over. I totally earned this. I can't wait to explore space. It's gonna be so boring. Who would have guessed vast amounts of nothingness means nothing happens? Well, if you need me, I'll be in the holodeck. This is Star Trek Online, which has been out for several years, but much like the show, there's never a bad time for Star Trek. Now, I actually took a look at this game over 3 years ago, but it's undergone some serious changes over the past few years. So I decided now is a good time to jump in and take a second look. Your first step in STO is to create a character. You'll choose from 3 different factions, each of which sporting an impressive number of races. Granted, they're all mostly humanoid, but still, it's impressive nonetheless. I decided on a Klingon because, much like me, they're known for their exceptional sense of humor. Hold on, just let me finish killing my captain over here. You'll also get to choose from one of 3 professions. I have no idea what the differences are, but I figured I'd just go with science because, you know, Klingons and science go together like, peanut butter and broccoli. Appearance options are also pretty robust, with the ability to change your face and body as well as your outfit. As it turns out, much like its mortal enemy, Star Trek Online is actually very story heavy, with a lot of voice acted quests and cutscenes. I was actually pretty immersed, which is rare, at least for the first few hours. Maybe it lessens over time, but from what I played, I was impressed. Whew, that fight was intense. I'll be in the holodeck. Now, the gameplay in Star Trek Online has 2 sides to pretty much everything. First off, there's the ground side, which is more like your normal MMORPG. And then there's space. But we're gonna start on the ground. As I said, ground combat is fairly normal. Combat itself appears to be mostly tab targeted, however some weapons have combos that you can do by attacking in a certain order. Something slightly different is that you get to have 2 weapons, a primary and a secondary, each of which has its own skills and action bar. You can also make it a bit more actiony if you want by right-clicking to attack. That's actiony, right? Right? It seems that the profession you picked at the beginning of the game may also help determine your class or something like that maybe, I don't know. My science profession allowed me to equip a suit that gave me a heal? I guess that makes sense. Sure, why not? On the ground, you also get to take along a companion like your first officer. They each have their own specialization, so you'll want to pick one that complements your playstyle. Let's just hope they don't have a red shirt, huh? It's Trek humor. I'll be in the holodeck. Really, I find this to be the less fun part of the game. The part I enjoy is space. And even though I enjoy it, there's really not that much to say about it. It's fun, though it does feel a bit hard to control at times. I keep pitching and turning when I don't want to. Stop it! You'll control your speed with Q and E, and fire your weapons with spacebar. You can also activate your ship's equipment and crew skills, which do different things depending on their abilities. For example, this guy makes my torpedoes hit harder, while this one repairs my hull. That sounded vaguely sexual. I'll be in my holodeck. And you also have shields, which you'll need to consistently adjust in battle to ensure the enemy isn't hitting your squishy metal hull. All those explosions better not have hurt my holodeck. After gaining enough experience, you'll level up and get ability points to put into several trees in both ground and space combat. Again, fairly basic. You know, that's kind of the best way to describe Star Trek Online. It's pretty basic, but with an awesome wrapping of Star Trek around it. Overall, I'd give it a thumbs up. It's pretty hard to get me immersed in an MMO, and Star Trek did it. At least for a while. I'd actually be really interested to know how this game plays at higher levels. Is it more ground combat, more space combat? Is it a standard MMO with dungeons and raids? Or is it less standard, more like a sandbox? This is one of those few MMOs that I'd actually be really interested to find out. So if you've got a high-level character in STO, let me know how it is in the comments below. Maybe I'll play it some more and check it out. In the meantime, whoa! I don't want to be a Klingon anymore. And that was my second look at Star Trek Online. That was my 4th video ever. Man, it's been a while. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button for future videos. I put out a new video every week. I've also put another video for you to watch right up here. You can also follow me on Twitter if you want to hear some random thoughts, or you can come chat with us on Discord. And if you really want to help out the channel, you can donate to me on Patreon like these other amazing Klingons. I am so sorry if I just offended any Klingon fans out there. I have no idea what I just said.